Hi and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a 2010, it's a Kia Rondo. I'm going to continue up front. So come on, let's go. Okay, this is an example of what kind of tools you're going to need to do this job. You're going to need a hammer, just in case you have to bang anything, but we'll have to knock the pads out of the... Alright, this is an example of what kind of tools you're going to need. You're going to need a hammer, in case the brake pads are stuck in the mounting bracket. We're going to need a tool such as this to push the piston back in. There's lots of different kinds of tools. This is just an example of one of them. Obviously we're going to need new brake pads, and we're going to need a new hardware kit for the brake pads to slide on. We're going to need just a piece of wire or a hanger or whatever just to hang the caliper so it doesn't dangle. A driver like this just in case we need to take out the screws that hold the the rotor onto the car itself. We're going to need some synthetic brake grease as well. We're also going to need some long ratchets like this just to get the bolts out. The longer the ratchet, the easier it's going to be for you to get it out. This one I believe is either 17 or 18 and this is a 14. You're going to need a driver like this, a pry bar, a couple of screwdrivers, and a file just in case you have to clean up some of the rust on the mounting bracket. So this is how we're going to do it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to knock these two Phillips head screws out of here. We're going to hit this with the driver just to loosen it up as we did in the back. Remember, we put it on here, slight angle, and we hit it just to loosen these up. We're going to do that. We're going to come in here with this tool here, a pry bar. We're going to put it in right through the back right here, like that. And then we're going to pry that piston back into the bore as far as we possibly can. Now I did the one on the other side and I was not able to push it in far enough, and that's when this tool here came in handy to push that piston back in. Alright, and again we're going to do the same thing underneath here. We're going to take out that 17mm bolt right there. Let's see here. We're going to take out this 17mm bolt here. There's also another 17mm bolt underneath here. We're going to take out that 14mm and that 14mm and remove everything from the car. So, alright, let's grab some tools and let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with our hammer and our driver just like this, and we're going to loosen these up a little bit. Okay, so it came out fairly easy just using this driver. Next thing we're going to do now, we're going to come in the back and we're going to take out that 14mm and this 14mm here. You want to loosen both of them first before you take the two of them out. You want to loosen them up. This piston here looks like it went in most of the way, but I'm going to push it in. I'm going to show you how that tool works anyway. Now you're probably looking at these saying, why are you changing these brake pads? This one looks pretty decent, right? The other side was ground. You know what? Let me grab the brake pad. I'll show you what it'll look like. Okay. Like I said, you're looking at that brake pad thinking, wow, this brake pad looks pretty good. Why is this guy doing this? Because it's nothing wrong with it. Well, this side here, as you can see, it is destroyed. It actually ground into the rotor and destroyed the rotor. This indicator here is the same as this indicator here, but as you can see, this one is missing a piece. This indicator was not touching yet, but this one touched the rotor, ground down far enough that it actually caused this piece right in the back right here to twist up and snap off. So that's why I'm changing it, because rust is a very big issue. And when I talk to you about the rust inside here, very important that you get that rust out of there, because look at these shoes. They still look like half the life left on them, where the other side was no good. So rust is a real big issue. Make sure there's no rust in there. Make sure you change your hardware kit. Fairly cheap. It'll save you a headache. Also, make sure you lubricate your slide pins. That's very important too. If the slide pins are not lubricated, they're going to stay applied and it's going to wear out the brakes quicker. All right. So now let's just make sure that this piston is all the way in as far as it can go. We put these pads in here like this, and like this. Then we take our tool, put it in here like this. We set it up here. Okay, see how it works? It just pushes that piston all the way back into the bore as far as it can go. It was a little bit that it went in, not much. So it was pretty far in already. All right, and we'll take the brake pads and we'll put them off to the side for now. Remember, we're not going to let the caliper dangle. We're going to hang it up and out of the way, just like that. And I will take off that mounting bracket. We're going to take out those 2 bolts in the back that we previously saw. Lose them. And now these pieces here, you just put your thumbs in here and you pull it and it comes right out. Same thing up underneath here, comes right out. And the part that I was telling you about that's all corroded or rusted or whatever you want to say, it gets all rusted inside here. You need to clean all that rust out of there, here and here, so that it's a nice clean surface. I'm going to take this over to the wheel and I'm going to clean it up. But if you don't have a wheel, a grinder like I do here at the shop, you can get in here with a file like this and just file it like that to clean this up, just like that. So you take all the rust off. We're going to clean up this surface, this surface, this surface, this surface, and inside here as well. All right, right here. Make sure that this is clean. All of these surfaces, wherever the brake pad is going to go, you got to make sure it's clean. So let me go over there. I'm going to clean this up, and we'll come back to this in just a minute. But the rotor now we're going to take off. And this part in here is very important that this is clean of rust. No rust on here. If there's any rust in here and you put this back together, you're going to get a pulsating pedal. This one is nice and clean, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to take our new rotor, put it on so that the screw holes here line up. I will point this out. This has already been cleaned off. I used brake cleaner on it already to clean it. We're going to go back and take our 2 Phillips head screws and screw them in like this. You're going to screw them both in before you tighten anything up. That's it, they're nice and tight now. Now, as long as you tighten these up fairly tight, you're okay. You don't have to torque them or anything like that. You just put them in just the way that they are. All right, let me go over to the bench. I'm going to clean this up on the wheel, and then we'll come right back. Okay. So now what we do is we installed our new hardware in here just like this here. This one I actually cleaned up already. And you put a little bit of lubricant down where the hardware is going to go. You take your hardware kit, you push it in, and it snaps in place just like that. Now if you're not sure if it's down all the way, you can just get in here, just tap it, and you'll know you're in all the way. All right, now we're we're going to lubricate these slide pins here. You're going to do one at a time because as you take it out, it goes back in the same location it came out. So we're going to take this out. We're going to get some brake cleaner, which is on this rag. Clean it off like this, nice and clean. Put a very slight bead of silicone on here. You don't need a whole lot of it. And you make sure it goes back in the same location it came out. That little lip right there, that rubber boot has to make sure it snaps up into that little piece, and you see how it's snapped in there? If it doesn't snap in, water gets in there and it'll actually rust in the slide pin right in its location. All right, we'll do the same thing with this one here. We just pull it out. Sprayed this rag again with silicone, the brake cleaner. Clean it all off. Just a little bit of silicone like this. Now on this one you have a rubber little boot on the end right here. You don't want to put any grease on this end because it'll create a pushback where the grease gets in this side over here, and it actually pushes the slide pin back out. Hey Tom! Okay, and make sure your slide pin goes back in the same location. Again, make sure it pops all the way up, which it did all the way on top like that. And now, every place that the brake pad is going to touch, you're going to put a little bit of the synthetic grease, just like this. Every place that the brake pad touches, see? Now we remember that this one was the inner, because that's where our indicator is. See, if this was the other side, this clip would actually be on this end over here. All right, so make sure you put the correct one in the correct location. We know it's the inside pad because that's where the piston is touching, so we know this one here is the inside. Put it in here, just like this. And it moves nice and freely, just like it's supposed to. Now you can put these brake pads in later on once they're in the car. I usually do them here because it's just a little bit easier. And that's how it goes. Now we're going to put it back over the top like this. Okay. Now we're going to catch both of these bolts in there before we do anything. We're going to catch both of them in there in the mounting bracket. Now once you have both of the bolts caught, then you can tighten it up. Now there is torque specs on this. Okay, we are going to torque these bolts on, just so you know, but that's just a temporary thing. I'm going to look it up now. We'll torque them, and we'll come right back. Okay. All right, so now that we have everything torqued, we're going to reinstall our caliper, and we're going to put a slight bead of silicone on every place that touches into the brake pad. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Every place that touches the brake pad. Now we'll take this and put it over the top. Make sure your slide pin is turned correctly. We're going to catch both 14mm bolts. We're going to catch them both by hand first before we tighten anything up. Okay, that's it. So let's explain what we did. We put our new rotor on. We screwed in these two bolts here, nice and tight, the Phillips head. We made sure that the face where the rotor fits onto was nice and clean. We put our mounting bracket back on. We tightened up those two 18 or 17 millimeter bolts in the back. We installed our new brake hardware kit. We lubricated every place that the brake pad is going to touch, including the mounting bracket here and the piston in the back right there. And then we tightened up our two bolts in the back that hold the caliper to the mounting bracket. That's it, you're done. All right, well, before you take this out and you drive the vehicle, you want to make sure that you step on the brake pedal and pump that brake pedal up so that you have a nice solid pedal before you get in the car and take it for a test drive. It is normal for when you get in the car to step on the brake and that brake pedal goes right to the floor. That'll happen probably 3, 4, 5 times, and then you'll notice the pedal starts to come up higher to where it's supposed to be. If it goes to the floor, don't freak out. That's a normal process of doing the brakes. You need to push that piston back out until it touches into the brake pad itself. That's it, you're all done. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.